Howdy, howdy. Oh, today, I will be doing TryHackMe labs today. I had no idea. I thought I will be doing burp labs tomorrow. Didn't know you need pro for that. Interesting. Wait, let me make myself a bit like this here. Okay, interesting. Hold up. Oh, oh, I see. Basic honor. Okay. Okay, I see. So just this one is allowed, no other one. No, it says everything is allowed. Oh, okay. Maybe old, they might have changed this. Let's see if I do access lab. Yeah, I'm able to access it. Okay. Burp collaborators public server. Ah. Required to capture DNS query, however. You can't use anything else in more realistic scenario without the above rule, then you would want your own DNS domain and ability to log. Okay. Ah, my man, my man. Thank you. Thank you. That'll be very helpful. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we'll chat more. I think we can chat more today, and then so we can look into that. Interesting. So just one or two labs are allowed, right? So if I say access this lab, there are some labs that allowed, some not, right? Some are allowed, some are not. I feel like. Notice this, right? If you go on, let's say this point, first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. No note here, no note here. Note is only on this one. No note here. No nothing here. So I think we will be able to access couple of them, not all, which is a good thing. And then the ones which we don't, right? Yeah, maybe you can help us with that. That's nice. Oh, nice. Sorry, lads. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. Yeah, sorry. I was getting some messages from some coworker regarding some stuff. Okay, well, you know what? That's uh. Okay, sorry. Uh, just couple of bunch of things are there going on. So okay, with that being said, let's focus on our try hack me for today, right? And then from tomorrow we are going to do burp seed, but today we'll just focus on introduction to SSRF, and let's get you this. Yes, sir. Yeah. I just saw. Thank you so much. Yes. Yo, also, very important announcement. I got my first reel ready that I want to put out, right? But I have no worries. You can join me, right? But what I was saying is, I got my first reel ready for YouTube about cybersecurity and stuff, right? What we are doing nowadays. I want your guys' help in one small thing. The first 5 seconds is for a reel or in content is called like the hook, right? To get people's attention. It's a good one. It's a good one. Trust me. So the first five seconds, right? The hook. I was thinking to do something similar to Easy Snippet because I feel like his and my personality are very similar, and he inspired me, right? In this like social media game. So I'm going to post a question. I'm going to post couple of things I want to do for the hook. You guys let me know if you think there could something I could do better, right? Or something you feel like, what, your personality matches with this type of a person, so or this is something you can do for a hook. Let me know. I want to see your opinion, and then I want to release it. I'm going to keep the question open for a day. Okay. Yeah, something like that, like a funny thing. Something like a funny thing, right? So we'll do stuff like that. We'll like you guys let me know what to do, and then we'll go with that. Okay. But till then, okay, let's get started with introduction to SSRF, a premium room. I sent the link already. So, intro to SSRF, learn how to exploit server-side request forgery vulnerabilities, allowing you to access internal servers resources. What is SSRF? Oh, by the way, I told Ben the meaning of Ben Stokes. I told Rover the meaning of Ben Stokes. The timer? Oh, I should start the timer. Yes. I was just looking at the Twitch timer, like how long ago I started streaming. Now it's up. Cool. Okay. So, enter to SSRF. Learn how to exploit server-side request forgery vulnerabilities, allowing you to access internal server resources. Yep. What is SSRF? Room brief. In this room, you will learn about what an SSRF is, what kind of impact they can have. You'll view some examples of SSRF attacks, how you can discover SSRF vulnerabilities, how to circumvent input rules, and then we have a practice for you against which to try your newbound skills. This is wrong. What is SRF? SSRF. SSRF stands for Server Side Request Forgery. It's a vulnerability that allows a malicious user to cause the web server to make an additional or edited HTTP request to the resource of the attacker's choosing. Okay, so we are going to send a request, and what the server will do is it's going to make us different, not so usual or another HTTP request to a server or to a resource in the server. Types of SSRF. There are two types of SSRF vulnerabilities. The first is a regular SSRF where data is returned to attacker's screen. The second is a blind SSRF vulnerability where an SSRF occurs but no information is returned to the attacker's screen. So, not exactly returned, but there will be a change on behavior or something like that. We just have to look, right? What's the impact? A successful SSRF attack can result in any of the following: access to unauthorized areas, access to customer or slash organizational data. Gokul, my friend, what's up, brother? How you doing? So, successful SSRF can lead to unauthorized access, access to customer or organizational sensitive data, mostly I will say, ability to scale to internal networks, and reveal authentication tokens or credentials. That's big. So, what is SSRF? Server Side Request Forgery. Oh. Request. Okay. As opposed to a regular SSRF, what is the other one? Blind one, where we don't see anything, right? Task 2, SSRF examples. Click the View Site button, which will make you through some common SSRF examples, how to exploit them, and even a simulation to see if you can take advantage of SSRF vulnerabilities using what you have learned. Okay, let's see. So we have SSRF examples, instructions. We are going to take you through some sample SSRF attacks and explain how they work. At the end of the examples, you will have to figure out one out of yourself. Okay. Is there any lab in this? Let's see. Oh, there is. There is. The below example shows how the attacker can have complete control over the page requested by the web server. The expected request is what the website.thm server is expecting to receive. Sounds good. Let me start the lab for you then. My region is, I think, in US one. Let me check quickly. Yeah, it's probably the US one, whichever is there. CA. Where to check? Let me know. I don't know where to check. Okay, here we go. Virginia, North Virginia, US East. Okay. So the below example shows how the attacker can complete control over the page requested by the web server. No problem, boss. The expected request is what the website.thm server is expecting to receive, with the section in red being the URL that the website will fetch for the information. The attacker can modify the area in red to an URL of their choice. Okay, so first we have, let me do one thing. This is the IP, boss, if you want. 1067.170.161. I want to get a proper view. So we had expected request was, so let's say website.thm stock is what's this called, the path. Then we have URL they are asking, and we created another. We added something else. API.website.thm API stock item ID. Okay, so hacker requested this URL. Website requested to this api.website.thm. Paste here. Okay. Hacker request, website request, and then they have website returns user data to hacker. So basically, what happens is hacker request website.thm something, and that something is actually a URL to this guy, right? Another server on the same organization. The API server will return user data to the website instead of stock information. So instead of stock, like let's say how many GPUs are in the system, blah blah blah, start looking at exactly this thing, and website will return data because it's still under the website.thm. This server, this one, is still under the same domain as this one, right? So there won't be any issues. So they do that. The below example shows how an attacker can still reach API user page with only having control over the path by utilizing directory traversal. When website.thm receives dot dot slash, this is a message to move out of directory, which removes the slash stock portion of the request and turns the final request to API user. Beautiful. So hacker request website TryHackMe stock URL dot dot slash user. Now that means remove the stock and it will go to API user for the API website.thm, right? And then we will get user information instead of just stock information. Pretty similar to what we did with file inclusion, right? In this example, the attacker can control the server's subdomain to which the request is made. Take control of the payload ending with $x equal being used to stop the remaining path from being appended to the end of the attacker's URL and instead turn it into a parameter on the query string. Okay. So this time the attacker requested server equal API and ID equal 1 through 3. That's the expected request. What our hacker did was api.website.tryhackme API user ampersand x equals and then the ID 123. So this ampersand x equals, that is the magic bullet. Website request is this dot website.thm API stock. So let me explain to you what's happening here. So let's say website.thm, a proper request would be page. Can I copy it? No. Okay, give me 1 second. It will take me a little bit time to create this example. So we have website.tryhackme, we have server this and the ID. That's the normal request, right? Because we want to just get access to, let's say, API here. which server we want, the API server, and this is the ID we want. A very normal request. In the second request, what we have is we are giving the URL specifically and ampersand x this, right? What happens with this is API request blah 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 happens, and then dot website try hack me stock item ID 123. So what in this case we the person or the attacker is doing is exactly this one, right? Okay. So how this works? I think to understand how this second one works, you need to understand how first one works. How the first one works is when we are doing API, just API, right? And look at the idea. We have just server in this one. So an API. So what in behind the scenes is happening is this will convert, API will convert to API dot website dot thm, right? Because if it's a server, it has to be a URL, blah blah blah. Now we don't want to access with thm. It's also going user let's say item or something like stock. Let's say it's going stock. That's the page is going. We do not want stock, we want a user information. So what we do, we tell the same request server, but in this case we are giving a full URL, right? API website try hack me, right? THM slash user, and then we add this as well, because this is basically going to say x is equal to whatever after API. API is put here, whatever after API is, this will be equal to x. And is x being used for anything? No. So that gets like neglected, and the new server is, or server URL is, the new one is API dot website dot thm slash user, instead of it being slash, let's say, stock. That's the main goal. That's why they have put x equal dot website try hack me stock item blah blah blah, because we do not care about the item at all. We want that to be neglected. API server returns user data to the website instead of stock information, and website is basically a hacker is able to get the information from the server. Okay, going back to the original request, the hacker or the attacker can instead force the web server to request a server of the attacker's choice. By doing so, we can capture request headers that are sent to the attacker's specific domain. These hacker headers could contain authentication credentials or API keys sent by website TryHackMe that are normally used to authenticate to API request website, API website.thm. So we have the URL and the ID, that's the expected one. In the hacker request, we have hacker domain.tryhackme, a proper URL itself. Website requested, it doesn't request API website because the URL is not API.website, it is hacker domain. So website request data from hacker domain instead of API website.tryhackme, revealing the API keys. What that means is let me explain to you. So this is, let's say, the normal website one. This is the backend server, let's say, or API request server. And let's say this is you, or you are attacker or hacker one. You. A simple example would be, let's say, ChatGPT, right? Or yeah, ChatGPT is a good one. So ChatGPT, you as a user don't have any API requests as a free user or something, right? You don't have any API keys or anything like that, right? You are just a basic user. You can use their website. And what does ChatGPT does? Whenever you make a request or like ask a query, a API request is sent to the backend server, right? With the API key. This request contains the API key, right? And the query. So it has the API key and the query, processes it, and returns back to the website, right? And you get your response. But what we actually want is we want to get the API key. So what we'll do, in the request specifically, we are going to ask for that URL. We are going to say URL is this one, not this backend server. And when that happens, this request, the force request, will be containing the key again, right? Along with the query, which only we care about. The key is that now we have the key and we can make request whenever we want to the backend server. With just a simple change in the URL, that's how we are able to do it. Using what you have learned, try changing the address in the web browser below to force the web server to return data from server.website.tryhackme flag ID 9. To make things easier, the server requesting bar at the bottom of the mock browser will show the URL the TryHackMe website, the website.thm is requesting. So we have API. So let's say if I go enter, in this case, server requesting is this website. Server is requesting API TryHackMe website. What we have to do is we need to get flag ID 9. Okay. We need server.website.flag ID 9. Okay. So we'll put our server first. Request forgery flag ID equals 9. Yo, Himesh, what's up, bro? I'm doing good, man. How you doing? No, breakfast. I think for me it would be breakfast. No, I haven't had breakfast yet. No. How about you? You had your breakfast yet or no? How was your Monday, boss? Flag ID 9. I think this 9 can be changed here. And how about this? Oh, nice. Canada, boss. Canada. So what we have is this. I need to get rid of this one. Yo, unknown, what's up? Thank you, man. Thank you. Took a lot of took a lot of grind to get settled here, man. I'm doing good, man. How you? How you, my brother? So right now we are trying to make the request this. Right now it has server website flag. I need to get rid of this dot website thm. Username admin1, password admin. Oh, nice, bro. Yeah, 100%. Canada is great for like honestly like higher education. Canada is great. You will like less what's it called? Less assignments, and you can do something realistic, more realistic projects. Oh, okay, thank you, boss. I'm just working on this flag. Is this? Yes, sir. Oh, yes, you mentioned. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm just thinking how we can do this. So I put in the website. Maybe I don't need this. Yeah, this does the job. Okay, cool. Chincha, and you're going? By the way, bro, any tips on how to learn C++? Best way to learn C++? C++ is a great language, honestly. Best way to learn C++ first depends on what level you are in coding. Have you done any other coding? Insomnia, what's up, my brother? Howdy, howdy. Image, have you done any? Yeah, Python, little, and HTML and CSS. Okay. So, best way for a person like me, right? The first thing I will do is go to Free Code Camp. Their website, like on YouTube, they will teach very well, right? Go to Free Code Camp, then go to like Geeks for Geeks. They have like some good examples and some projects you can do. A small one starts with project. That's very important. Just watch one video from Free Code Camp. That's all you have to do, and then keep on building something. That's when you will learn. Don't end up like, one thing I will say, don't end up in the what's this called, tutorial hell, in which you keep on like just watching tutorials. You think you are learning, but at the end of the day you will realize nothing is learned. But or another way you can do is learn the way, like just watch the very first video I'm mentioning, Free Code Camp, and then start doing DSA problems in C++. You will get used to of coding in C++, then that's one good way. Easy, simple, and just get the thing done. Okay, we have this item ID. Okay, how about flag? No problem, man. Yep. Wrench. Okay. So we need to change item with flag. How will do that? Maybe flag? No. API. We don't need API and item. Hmm. How will make this change? So we have server website TryHackMe flag ID this. I need to change it to server website. So server is there. Website dot thm flag. I want to get rid of this part. How will I do that? what they said in this one. A good Monday start, I guess. What can I do here? I just need to. I'm not able to think in this case then. How about I do server? Oh, has to be website.tryhackme item 9, right? I change the server to server website flag this. That's good. What I need to change is this one at the end. Restream? Okay, you know what? I'll get started with Restream this week. Okay, I'll look into the Restream thing. What Restream? What benefit Restream can do, like compared to this one? What we already have? You using what you have learned. Try changing the address bar below in the to force the web server to return data from. Okay, sounds good, boss. I will look into Restream today or tomorrow, depends on the time, and then for sure. But what about this? Like, how can I change this? Server is this. Um, dude, I don't know. Okay, so this is requesting thing. I need to get rid of dot website blah blah blah, and I need flag for me. This is what I want, and this is what I want to get rid of. The X thing is not working. I thought this will work. Take a note that payload ending in stopping the remaining path from being appended at the end of the this instead. No. Should have worked in this case. Why it's not working? You guys know the answer? Maybe. I added this, in this case server blah blah blah. It was being removed, right? That was our example. So you see here, we need to convert this URL, this requesting URL, so that it looks like this. Server website TryHackMe. Right now we are at this. Server.website.tryhackme flag. I think if I do, let's say, id equals 9, blah blah blah, right? And this should have worked. This should have removed this thing, but it's not. So what could be the reason it's not removing? I'll just drink some water. What do you think? What could be the reason why it's not removing? Now run it. Wait, what happened? Wait, what? What you did? What happened? Dude, that's actually crazy. What? Is what just happened? Please tell me in simple English. Wait, how did you change it then? Wait, did you change anything? I did? Dude, I need to go watch back this video again. I'm very confused. It's like that ta-na-na-na-na movement of my brain. Holy. I don't know what happened. Thank you though. Holy. I don't know what to say, man. I thought you hacked into my computer for a second and like change it. And then you're like, run now. That's legit what my brain went for a second. Bro, I'm so confused for a second. I thought you legit hacked into my computer. Like, yeah, run now. Yeah, I solved it. Fucking this Monday is heavy. This Monday is interesting. Okay, let's move to task 3. Yeah. I was in a shock, man. Not going to lie, I was in a shock. And the fact you just said, now run it. Why at the end is because what's happening, Insomnia. Clip it, bro. Clip it. Please clip it. So let me go back quickly. So what you are saying, this is our URL. Well, this is the URL. Copy. So what you are saying is why ampersand end at the end and not between server and this, right? So if you actually look at the request, right, when this request, the normal request is being made, what happens is this makes a call to API dot website dot tryhackme thm. For website I'm just doing W, and it is making the request here. If we see API item this, right? So it's making a request here when like you normally call, right? API item this. So that means when we say server is equal to API, this request is being added at the end more. All this information is being added, right? because query, this goes in the server. Server says, okay, if there's a function, let's say function, and the parameter is taking server, what it is doing, whatever is server, right, information is at server, is adding dot website dot tryhackme slash API slash item ID equals whatever, right? This is being added, whatever the server information we are putting, the let's say API, ABCD, whatever, that's going here and being added to, let's say, a string. What we want is like this not to be there. We want to remove the whole thing, and we want our request. What is our request? Our request is basically server dot website dot tryhackme slash flag 9, let's say ID 9, let's say 9. This is what we want. If I just put the server word, it still is in the back, it's still going to go. What I need is I put the whole URL here. I put the whole URL and I put another query, let's say X, right, equals whatever. So what happens at the very end here in this area, at the very end, this X will get the value website tryhackme blah 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 blah. So to end this, right, the whole thing will become it will become like this. What he did? Okay, I'll check in 1 sec. So what happens, another last thing, right, to fill the puzzle is, you see now the request is server.website.tryhackme, right? This is the server, flag ID 9, and it should be X here. So whatever is this part, right? X, this X, the whole value of X, the server will receive the function and it will say, hey, I don't care about X because I don't have any X in my system. I'm going to neglect it. So this almost basically becomes like this. Not the full thing. This whole thing is removed. This technically the whole thing is removed at the end of the server when, like, you know, the request is being made function and all those things are going on. So it's basically at the very end we removed it. Hopefully that, I don't think I explained the best. Maybe I will think more a bit about this and give you a better answer. But did you get like a rough idea? So X will receive this value, this whole value, the very end one, whatever was after this, and then it will be nullified. Nobody will care about it. It's like assigning variable a value and not caring about it, right? That variable is being deleted. Is it? Okay. I'll take a quick look. What do you think? What could be the reason why it's not removing? Now run it. Wait, what happened? Wait, what? Bro, look at my face,
What you
man. I
did?
was actually so
What happened?
confused. Look at my face, man.
Dude, that's actually crazy. What?
Let's play this again for a second.
The reason why it's not removing.
I was thinking the guy says now run it.
Now run it? Wait, what happened? Wait, what? What you did? What happened?
I legit, like, not going to lie, I legit thought you hacked into my computer and, like, fixed the stuff. Holy, howdy, Anshul. Dude, I legit thought you hacked into my computer and made that request, man. It's crazy. I legit thought that. Okay, let's focus on task 3. Let's focus on task 3. Finding a SSRF. Potential SSRF vulnerabilities can be spotted in web application in many different ways. Here is an example of 4 common places to look at. A full URL is used in a parameter, so like this. A hidden field, let's say when you're sending a form, right? And we have a proper value, a proper URL. A partial URL, such as this, a server being. I know what you're requesting. I'm working on it. A partial request, such as this, which we worked on, right? Or perhaps a path a path inside the server, like forms, contact, or let's say we change it to dot slash and do some file traversal or path traversal. Some of these examples are easier to exploit than others. Some of these examples are easier to exploit than others, and this is where a lot of trial and error will be required to find a working payload. If working with a blind SSRF where no output is reflected back to you, you will need to use an external HTTP logging tool to monitor requests such as requestbin.com, your own HTTP server, or Burp Suite's collaborator client. So that is going to help us with the logging or finding if there were any changes that happened based on what we requested. Based on a simple observation, which of the following URLs is more likely to be vulnerable? So we have index.php, category, fetch. In this case, in the fetch one, we have the f name, we have the server, and the port as well. And in this here, we just have the items. I think third one is the best bet. Defeating common SSRF defenses. More security savvy developers aware of the risks of SSRF vulnerabilities may implement checks in their application to make sure the requested resource meets specific rules. There are usually 2 approaches to this, either a deny list or a allow list. So, request of resources. So when you are requesting a resource through your the web request we made, we can have 2 types of list, allow list and deny list. As a developer, deny list is where all requests are expected apart from resources specified in the list or matching a particular pattern. For example, dot slash could be in deny list, and any request made using dot slash will be removed. A web application may employ a deny list to protect sensitive endpoints, IP addresses, or domains from being accessed by the public while still allowing access to other locations. So, for example, let's say Google won't allow us to look at inside their Gemini, right? Some of the requests, because it would like have LLM code or AI code or something, right? But inside the server or inside from other applications like another unit inside Google can still do it. A specific endpoint to restrict access is the local host, which may contain server performance data or further sensitive information. So domain names such as this would appear on deny list, where the local request is not being allowed. Attackers can bypass a deny list by using alternative local hosts such as zero, all the zeros, right? All these, what's this called? Various version basically of the IPv4s, right? Even now IPv6 is coming in, various subdomains and everything. Resolves to, so we have these two or subdomain that have a DNS record which resolves to IP address this. Also in cloud environment there is something called magic IP, right? It would be beneficial to block access to these type of IP. What is this IP? It's called magic IP in cloud. Very big security risk. A lot of people don't know about this. If you go actually AWS and Azure has it, not Google. Google has a different IP. It's magic IP, which contains metadata of the deployed cloud server. What happens is you are using multiple servers, multiple services on cloud, right? If you make a request to this IP, it will give all the information of the service you are using and with your metadata as well, right? What is the name of the service? What is the, let's say, URL, the private URL, the private IP, which is very vulnerable, including possibly sensitive information. An attacker can bypass this by registering a subdomain on their own domain with a DNS record that points to this. So have a look at this. It's called Magic IP in Cloud, a very interesting vulnerability in my opinion. There's a lot of people when they are into cloud, they don't know about this thing. Allow list. An allow list is where all requests being denied unless they appear on a list or match a particular pattern, such as a rule that a URL used in a parameter must begin with this. An attacker can quickly circumvent this rule by creating a subdomain on an attacker's domain name, such as website.thm attacker's domain name.thm, right? So this is my domain, attacker's domain.thm, right? I added a subdomain same as this website. The application logic will allow this input and let an attacker control the HTTP request because they are saying, oh, is it contains website.thm? Yes, allow it. Open redirect. If the above bypass do not work, right, there is one trick up the attacker's sleeve, the open redirect. An open redirect is an endpoint to the server where the website's visitor gets automatically redirected to another website address. Okay, so this is like basically, for example, let's say you go on facebook.com and you are automatically, let's say, being redirected to facebooks, right, .com. It will look similar, but it's being redirected for some reason. Let's see how we can do that. Take, for example, website TryHackMe link URL tryhackme.com. This endpoint was created to record the number of times visitors have clicked on this link for advertising or marketing purposes. But imagine there was a potential SSRF vulnerability with stringent rules which only allowed URLs beginning with website THM. An attacker would utilize the above feature to redirect internal HTTP requests to a domain of attacker's choice. So what is going to happen in this case? They are saying so this is the normal website and there is the link, right, URL. What happens is this measures amount of time, for advertisement from website.thm people went to tryhackme.com. We can maybe and this was just a simple function so that, okay, how many times people went to this website. Attacker can change this, right, this URL so that people can actually go to that particular website of his choice. What method can we use to bypass strict rules? Bypass strict rules. SSRF? No. Oh, this one I know. Hydor, what's up, bro? How's your exam going? Open redirect. Yes, thank you, Insomnia. What type of list is used to permit only certain input? Yo, you got like you mentioned. Did you got like all the stuff you were talking about, Insomnia, for the exam? Stopping is deny list. Okay, task 5 SSRF. Yes, 6 vulnerabilities found. Still finding more and creating a test report. Nice, bro. Nice, bro. Send the report. Maybe I would love to see, man. It'll be good, inspirational. What is going on? Thank you, man. This is amazing, though. You're doing great. Keep doing. You have one more day left, right? No, you started on. Yeah, you started yesterday, right? But I need to find time. I have private problems, so I missed a lot of stream. No worries, man. I know, man. Things are going. Okay, it's against the rules. Okay, no problem, man. Dude, insomnia. Don't worry, man. I know things are bad. Like ups and downs happen in life. Don't worry. Thursday. Okay. So you started like yesterday. This is your day two still. Yeah. So let's put what we have. Read the PDF in my Discord. Okay, sounds good. I will do that. Oh, he's doing a PWPA for what's this called? The certification PWPA. Also, in unknown, you were asking about what request Anshul made. Actually, Anshul, I know him. He's my high school friend. So I have some pictures I was supposed to send him of his during one of the events. I just haven't. So I hope I want to complete the port singer inclusion. Yeah. No, don't worry, man. Insomnia, I know things are up and down. So soon, hopefully, things go well and we are all together. Yeah, he's taking the exam right now. It's a 4-day exam, right? Yeah. Yeah, right now. It's a 4-day exam, 2 days for hacking, 2 days for report writing. Yeah. It's amazing. That's one cool thing about hacker exams. It's like you actually are doing something. I like that part a lot. Okay, let's go back because we have to end the stream too. I have only 25 minutes. Okay, 75 points. Nice. So, you guys continue the chat. I'm going to complete this task 5. Let's put what you have learned about SSRF to the test in the fictional scenario. We have come across 2 new endpoints during a content discovery exercise against the Acme IT. Oh, nice. Sure, man. Sure. We have come across 2 new endpoints during the content discovery exercise against the Acme IT support website. The one was private, which gives us an error message explaining that content cannot be viewed from your IP address. Second is the new version of the website, customer new account page, right? With the new feature allowing customers to choose an avatar of their account. Begin by clicking the start machine button and then let me click this. To launch Acme IT support, once running, visit this website and do the following. First, create a customer account and sign in. Once you have signed in, visit the new account page. Okay, let me do that. If I become customer, let's say test, 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 test. Uh, okay. We are inside this customer page. Now we have to go at the new customer login page. Right, where we can choose the avatar, basically how the image looks. By viewing the the page source, by viewing the page source of the avatar form, you will see the avatar form field contains the path of the image. This one, the background image style can confirm that this is above the div element as per the screenshot. So we have avatar image, and then we have input, and there is backend URL image here. So it's basically going inside the server, going into this assets folder, avatars folder, and 1.png, 2.png, whatever. If you choose one of the avatars and then click update avatar, you will see the form change, and above it display your current avatar. Viewing the page source, you will show you your current avatar is displayed. Using the URI scheme, the image content is base64 encoded as per the screenshot. So what it's saying is, if I go here, when I clicked on the image, right, this is the image. If I go on this image, inspect, second image, right, and let's say if I choose this one, update avatar, I'll go here, inspect, background image PNG base 60, and then there's base 64. Copy. You know CyberChef is coming as soon as we see base 64. What we have to do is one small thing, remove all this and just have base 64 code. PNG blah blah blah. Okay. So base 64 stuff is happening. What it wants us to do next? Use magic tool? Sure. It's basically the file. It's like a PNG file. We don't have to, like, in the sense, if you actually see, this is a PNG file being decoded. This image is basically the base 64. So now let's try making the request again, but changing the avatar value to private in hopes that the server will access the resource and get past the IP address log. To do this, firstly, right click on the radio button on the avatar form and select inspect, and then change the value to private, and then let's see. Okay, cannot start with stuff. So let's just read and see if we will just. Look at the class. Like here. But yeah, basically it's like here we are changing, right? This is going to be, yeah, that. So as you can see from the error message, the path cannot start with dash private, but don't worry, we'll still have a trick up our sleeve. We can be desired endpoint. We can use a directory traversal trick. Try setting the avatar value to X something. You'll see we have now bypassed the rule. The user updated the avatar. The trick works because the web server receives the request as this x dot slash dot dot slash, right? And then with dot dot slash you go up. So basically, it just we have to do directory traversal, which is like fine. Yeah, it's the last task. This is like I'm saying, right? Introduction to web hacking from TryHackMe is not that well. We are going to do port swinger tomorrow. This one is just whatever, right? Type thing. Let's edit. If we have this, instead of this, I'll go private. And this is the first image, right? And something happened, lads. If you see, the image is gone, but if I do update avatar, let's see what happens. So if I do here, I say skip and do port swinger and other platform if they have. Yeah, actually, like maybe use that for recap instead of starting with it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I just do it because it's like, Monday we are chilling. It's like, I know from the beginning, right? Try hack me won't be like hard. So for the week, we have like, it's just like to get used to of it, just get some starting in, right? That's like my idea. But I know my Monday, my brain sometimes just doesn't work. You have seen it in the clip very well. I don't know why. Like, I'm just like so tired on the weekends. I'm cleaning and doing so many things, right? Like, just makes it hard to like get into the zone very fast on Monday. I think I have to change here, edit as HTML. Okay. The first one, update avatar. Avatar updated. Current avatar is this. Inspect, and we get our flag. Copy. Okay, that's it, lads. Holy. Whoa. Okay, yes, but unknown, you're right. Like, my idea is like just get used to get in the week easily without any crazy stuff. How was the experience on LinkedIn Premium though? You liked it? And I did complete the ISC. Oh, nice. Oh, okay. That's good. It's as long as you have some certifications, going to be very helpful, man. I feel like that's, at least in cybersecurity, that's a different trend compared to development I've seen, which is good, which is a great thing. I think this and all the SSRF labs will be nice. I think I'm going to ask the AI to, like, look at this page, create a PDF again to explain, help us understand. Oh, you didn't? Do it, bro. Just get it done. This one doesn't have many crazy. Oh, you have yet to take it. Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. Yeah, I'm working on this one. From work, they gave me this task. I have to take this certification now. This is like basically how to use GitHub Copilot and all its features and blah blah blah. Responsible AI, which I just never pay attention to. Introduction to GitHub Copilot, prompt engineering, introduction to Copilot spaces. Why don't you ask for? What do you mean? Like ask for certifications that those ways? Like ask my company for like try hack me and hack the box like certifications and all those stuff. That's what you mean? This is not going to be hard, man. This will be super fast. Dude, it's like they have enterprise options, but I think like first of all for me it won't work personally in the sense like as a streamer I don't think I can get anything. But second, for my company, they will not do it. You know why they will not do it? Because I'm a developer for according to in their system, and they have their own cybersecurity. If somebody from cybersecurity says, they might look into it, probably not in that case too, I will say. But companies, for companies, as long as they don't see a value in that, like as long as they don't see like, oh yeah, it's going to help us make a lot of money, they will not. And big companies, the problem is everything moves a billion times slower. Like they like they don't care about your future or about what you like. They just care as long as you are making them money, they will pay you. As long as you stop making them money, they will cut you off. Like that, at least in my company, this is the thing, right? So yeah, that's all I can say. I wish I could. I wish I could. I have talked about like even switching to cybersecurity unit, but they use something called Purdue. I know that. They use this one, Purdue University, for cybersecurity and stuff. They use this specifically. I know that. I didn't even like. So interesting thing, I'll tell you. Purdue, they use Purdue, but only like people from a particular unit are allowed to use these resources. I can't use it. I have requested it a couple of times. Doesn't work. It's just they say you are a developer. We are giving you developer resources. Yeah, no, I want to, man. Trust me. I will ask again. If you think it will work, you know what? I will ask again. I will ask HR or somebody like, hey, I want to learn cybersecurity. Can I go this? Let's see if this works. I'm down. I don't mind. I have asked a billion times already. This time, but like it's just pretty BS. Honestly, just all I'm going to say is pretty BS. That companies. That's why this topic here, the first one, I don't care about this because there are no ethics in the corporate world. There are no ethics. So they say about responsible AI and all this BS, but it's no. Trust me, man. Unknown, trust me. I have tried a lot more ways than just saying that. Hack the box, I think, like I can't stream about Hack the Box. So I'm going to just go over like Port Swinger, which was fun in my opinion. I learned a lot on Port Swinger. And yeah, like maybe we can move to Hack the Box like with the retired machines and stuff. Oh yeah, that's also like a possibility. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, but like with time I have, right? Like doing the streaming because with full time job. Yeah, with full time job, I think like just doing this sports singer and then maybe on the weekend I can look into Hack the Box. But it's so much work already, man, for just one person because I have to cook, clean, and all those things. It's so hard right now. I'm like tired every day when I reach bed. Yeah, bug bounty. Yeah. Oh, he's saying like which one? Which one? I think. Okay, manager texted. Need some help. Okay. Oh, yeah, man. I have to like now do some make my tea and then start working, getting things done. Oh, you guys are talking. Yeah. I want to see one sec. So for tomorrow, I think I will be doing port swinger. That's all I will be doing. Nice, nice. Okay, awesome wrench. Okay. So yeah, lads. Okay. I have to leave. Right. Right. I have to get going for my corporate slavery. But from tomorrow, we are going to continue. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Yes, sir. So from tomorrow, we have to work on. We'll be starting working on SSRF from Port Swinger Labs, and majority of these labs are available for free. Open YouTube. Sure, boss. I'll just send. Has anything happened? US escalation to Greenland's. Go. Like, do you want me to type go or something? Oh, go, 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 Power Rangers. Power Rangers SPD दुनिया के हम रखवाले go go go. Okay, let's see. You want me to end the stream with this? Oh, sorry. Oh, that was you versus an Idor. I didn't realize the difference. I just saw Power Rangers. My brain stopped working. I can't. Probably I can't. This is getting blocked. That's why. YouTube doesn't allow. This, just this. You're not going to let me just do one thing because I have been burnt before this. Um, okay, tell me. Oh, it's my video itself. Okay. Oh, this. Okay, 1 second, boss. Want to make sure. Rick and roll. Okay, sounds good. Let's
However
go.
you book. First check Kayak to find great deals in
Rick and roll. Okay, let's end the stream with this amazing song of the decade, I will say, or the century of all time. You did. Okay, lads, I'll end the day with this song. Thank you so much for joining. Do join tomorrow and in the evening for lead code, and tomorrow we'll do Portswinger SSRF labs. Till then, thank you so much, and like usual, we'll do our, or not usual, but this has been your favorite censored hacker.